The extramarital app Gleeden hits 4 millions and it's an open platform finding a partner outside that relationship.
Women are much higher on the app. To me, this seems like women wanting some sort of attention.
I see a lot of youngsters talking about that I don't want to get married. Do you think marriage is an outdated concept?
Unfortunately, we are still operating at software 1.0 of marriage. Parents of children who are looking out for marriage, parents need a software upgrade as well.
A lot of people who are married also, they kind of say कि boring होगी ये शादी.
Shift we have seen in the last 2 years that we have a lot of male clients who are more consistent in therapy than female clients are. They are wanting to understand themselves, learn more about emotions.
Most of our definitions of love and marriage and relationship is very, very, very influenced by what we see and what the media is kind of putting into us.
It's such a taboo to discuss physical intimacy or sex amongst each other, but it's such an integral pillar of marriage. Often when couples come into therapy, I initiate that topic to check in of where do they stand when it comes to their physical intimacy. Open marriages are a short-term fix. They are not a long-term way for you in the relationship because there is love, sex, marriage. They're three different things when it comes to a romantic relationship.
What's the purpose of getting married? Welcome on Raw with Sneha. I am your host Sneha Desai and we are back with one more exciting episode. Today we have Namrata Jain out here with us. She is a psychotherapist and a relationship expert from Bombay. Hi Namrata.
Hi Sneha, it's such a pleasure to be with you today.
Yes, and I'm more excited about the topic that we are going to dive deep into.
Yes,
And
with all of the rains and everything coming in between, we finally come here to speak about it, which is so nice.
exactly. And we're going to be talking about modern relationships,
Mm-hmm.
the complexities of it,
Mm-hmm.
and marriage.
Let's start.
So, Namrata, before we get into what a psychologist or a psychotherapist, what's your view and take on why complexities in marriages, in love, has been increasing and we see it at its peak
Mm.
right now?
Mm.
There is this one news which caught my eye and I thought we should start with it. So, the Economic Times, we have the extramarital app Gleeden hits 4 millions in India, but the surge in women users that's catching people's attention. So, this app
Wow.
had 4 million users from India. It's a French app
Mm-hmm.
and it's an extramarital app. So, people who are committed in a relationship, who are married, and it's an open platform
Hmm.
for them to start finding a partner outside that relationship.
To me, this is not surprising, but yet very concerning, to be very honest. Affairs existed always. It's not new. It has been there. It was hidden earlier, and now people have become far more vocal about it. But however, I also see that there is a reason why this is happening to such a great extent. One is that because these apps are coming in, there's a high amount of influence that is entering, within India now, where we earlier at least hesitated getting into affairs a little bit.
हाँ मतलब अंडर कवर्स होता था ये सब.
Exactly.
Yeah.
एक तरफ से वो अच्छी चीज भी थी बिकॉज इंसान कहीं ना कहीं सोचता था बिफोर गेटिंग इनटू इट. अब बिकॉज ऑफ द अवेलेबिलिटी वन, the accessibility to, we're going all out and not concerned about how this is going to impact the system at a bigger level. The reason why women, I mean, you mentioned that, women have, the numbers of women are much higher on the app. To me, this seems like women are somewhere wanting some sort of attention at this point, and also we are a creative energy. As women, we are a super creative energy. Women have started working, which also means that somewhere our left brain is being used so much. हमारा जो left brain है, जो logical है, analytical है, decision makings करता है, strategy करता है, वो सारी चीज़ों के लिए हमारा left brain बहुत ज़्यादा use हो रहा है.
True.
But जो right side है हमारा, जो creative है, वो कहीं ना कहीं is going down.
Yeah.
Now, what is our sexual energy all about? It is a creative energy. It is an energy wants to create something. And because that energy is so suppressed, it is wanting some outlet somewhere. And I feel like women have started also looking out for a different partner, some newness, some creativity in life through their relationships, which earlier probably in their own married life या घर में कहीं ना कहीं creativity बहुत ज़्यादा होती थी, whether it's with children or whether it's, creating community meetups or festivals पे मिलते थे सब लोग साथ में. So there was so much to do जहाँ पे वो energy use होती रहती थी.
Yeah.
Abhi that energy, because we are so consumed in the corporate world or in the working world, it is somewhere getting suppressed, and unfortunately it needs some space to be utilized.
Yeah.
Maybe the application is giving space to people to do that. Is that healthy? According to me, absolutely no. Because this in the long run is only going to take us away from our real self. This is a temporary way of you avoiding what actually needs to be addressed.
So true. But what, as a psychologist, do you think like the concept of marriage? You spoke about women, and I absolutely understand that we have so much creativity to offer
Yeah.
that even a child is born out of us. So that is the kind of creativity, the power of, that we hold.
Hmm.
But we are trying to search it in spaces which are not in the right way channelizing this creative energy. But marriage as a concept, when we are having such apps out there, do you think marriage is an outdated concept? Because I see a lot of youngsters talking about that I don't want to get married. I don't think marriage is for me. So
Marriage is a extremely beautiful concept. It was created thinking of a lot of factors in mind. Unfortunately, we are still operating at a software 1.0 of marriage, where maybe it needs an upgrade. Like I always say, as parents of children who are looking out for marriage, parents need a software upgrade as well. If you're becoming in-laws, parents, आपको एक software, आपका खुद का upgrade करना जरूरी है आज के time पे. You cannot be the same in-laws like your in-laws have been. Marriage survive ही नहीं करेगी in that case, because we've all grown, we've all evolved as generations, and thus the institution of marriage also needs to evolve. It's not outdated, but it needs a shift. पहले शादी जब करते थे, it used to be a woman moving into the house of her husband. It was all about her surrendering and in a way letting go all that she held in her own house at her parents' place to now accustom herself to all the traditions, all the value systems, all the way of being to her husband's house.
yeah.
Current times, marriages are different. The couple is trying to build their own system, which will be very different because now both of you as human beings first need to evolve and understand who you are and what is the shared meaning that you want to create as a couple for yourself. And so, have you ever thought of that first? Who are you? What are you all about? What are your strengths, weaknesses as a person? What is your thought process? What is that meaning in life that you have for yourself first? And then how are you creating a shared meaning with someone you're looking at marriage with? And thus, I think that is a missing piece that we really have, which is an upgrade that we need, which no one's really talking about today.
What's the upgrade? Because you spoke about how we all need an upgrade for the in-laws.
I think for the in-laws, आपके लिए there's a big upgrade that you need because as much as हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे इवॉल्व हो, चेंज हो, इस सिस्टम को समझे, अडेप्ट करे, आपको भी चेंज होना पड़ेगा, आपको भी इवॉल्व होना पड़ेगा, आपको भी इस सिस्टम के साथ अडेप्ट होना पड़ेगा. आज के टाइम पे विमेन आर इंडिपेंडेंट, सो आर मेन इंडिपेंडेंट. अगर एज इन लॉज आप उस इंडिपेंडेंसी को एज अ थ्रेट देखने वाले हो, then it's going to lead to miscord in the marriage. If you see that as a strength and you allow the couple to grow their system while being supporters and not someone who is creating the system for them, marriages will work far better and will bloom along with them as pillars and support systems than the foundation creators of a marriage.
Marriage as a constitution hasn't changed much, and people are still stuck with the old ideas of how a marriage should be.
Yeah.
And we have evolved as people, as you said, but that whole institution, the way we look at it, hasn't really shifted somewhere.
I think at a point we had Nokia phones, and then we had Blackberries, and then we had, your touch phones, flip phones, all of those. And today we've come to so much of upgrade in technology, but this is a primary institution we all live.
Yeah.
But there's nobody who's talking about what does it entail today and what's the upgrade we as human beings that are a part of this institution need also. Not just the institution, but we as humans also to live this institution need an upgrade.
Yeah, so true. And you said that it goes back to knowing oneself, right? Because when two people come together, it's about completely knowing yourself and getting to know what you're getting into, like being aware of what you're getting into.
Right.
I see a lot of women taking up therapy very easily. I see wherever I've traveled, these summits that I've done, retreats that I've done, I see females generally taking help when it comes to relationships, when it comes to self-work. But I see a lot of males like kind of not like, मेरे लिए therapy नहीं है यार. Why does a man need therapy? Like, I have a lot of things to look at. मुझे self-work में नहीं जाना है. The couple that you spoke, like an example that you gave, like the girl wants to do serious talk, she wants to work on the relationship, but the man is like, पूरा time क्यों serious बातें करना है? Kind of relationship. Do you see that? Do you see like men taking help? Also, the fact that are males and females different? Like, are they, designed differently when it comes to relationships?
So I have a very different perspective on this, okay? And I don't know if it's Bombay specific or what it is, I don't know. But very funnily, maximum of our clients, whether it's my other therapist or me, are males.
Wow.
And this is a shift we have seen in the last 2 years.
Okay.
That we have a lot of male clients who are more consistent in therapy than female clients are.
Okay.
They are wanting to understand themselves far more, learn more about emotions, learn how to express these emotions. And that, I was saying this to, some of my colleagues the other day, where I said our education system has given somewhere IQ to women now, where they're already born with a certain amount of EQ because their right brain is much more powerful. With men, their left brain is powerful. They have a high IQ because education is given to them as well, but there's no education on EQ for them.
Yeah.
And so when men come into therapy, they're like, wow, I feel so many emotions. I never realized it, that in just that 1 hour of conversation with my wife, I was experiencing so many emotions altogether. And it's so beautiful to see them being open to understand themselves. And the question where you asked me that are they different as men and women? Yes, there is a lot of difference. When it comes to men say it once and for them it's over.
Okay.
It's very simplified for them. If you see, as women, we are creative. We like to say things in different format. We want to do things in different ways. We're a dynamic energy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whereas men, उनको सब कुछ सिंपल चाहिए. हमारा XYZ नीड है, हमको ये चीजें चाहिए, ये खत्म करो, finish. हमको इसके आगे बात ही नहीं करना है. So when they sit in to talk about a conflict, उनका बात 3 sentences में खत्म हो जाता है. But when women are talking about a conflict in therapy, वो 45 minutes तक वो एक ही topic पे I can listen to everything that went inside them through that.
Yeah, the details.
Because expression has been more encouraged for women compared to for men.
Yeah.
And so maybe also, and also I think biologically probably women are more expressive.
Yeah.
Community and out of conditioning, men have never been so expressive. So उनके लिए वो छोटा सा हो जाता है, but for women it is a much longer conversation. And so men get frustrated eventually saying खत्म करो ना अभी ये topic, मतलब हो गया बात. I understood everything that I had to and I don't want to talk about it more. So there is a difference, but I think once they're able to listen, understand and hear their partner, they let them speak. And that's what we do in therapy. We help them understand that as genders, we are different. And so you got to sometimes be okay with your partner speaking to you where you're just listening and you don't need to give a solution back because they already know the solution. Maybe they don't want the solution, they want space to be able to be themselves.
Okay. So you see that a lot of men ask for like a space in the relationship is what kind of goes missing.
Yes. And this is, again, a reel that I had made recently. I said, while now men are coming to therapy and they're learning to express, as women, are we prepared to give them space to express? I think because we are used to doing the talking ना,
Yeah.
तो चुप रहने की तो आदत है नहीं हमारी.
और वो
तो
कुछ नया हो
शांति
रहा
से
है और वो कुछ नया हो रहा है.
Exactly. तो वो वेट करते हैं कि हम कब बात करें.
बराबर है.
And then men shut down because they don't get the space to be able to really speak at length of what they're feeling. And so as women, we need to learn to become better listeners now. I think that is a space that will be work that's needed in progress for us.
Wow. And what kind of, because you have so many couples coming to you, what do you think are the challenges, the current challenges that relationships or marriages are going through?
So there are different age groups that come in, right?
Okay.
So when it comes to, as I start with much older, the baby boomers, the baby boomers that are there. With them, I think they have never spoken about anything related to their marriage in public. कभी बात नहीं करी है because वो चार दीवारों में रखने का concept जो था in Indian culture, तो they've never spoken about things outside.
Yeah.
It takes them a lot of effort to be able to open up. वो टेस्ट करते हैं पहले तो 2-3 सेशन कि क्या हम इनसे ये चीज़ों के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं.
Because the conditioning was such, na, कि you don't have to talk about your marriage outside. Like, it's
Yeah.
considered to be like a taboo कि तुम अपने शादी की प्रॉब्लम्स बाहर जाके किसी और से शेयर कर रहे हो.
ऑल्सो एक डर रहता है ना
डर.
किसी और को पता चला तो
Yeah.
एंड व्हाट आर गोइंग पीपल गोइंग टू थिंक या बच्चों को पता चला तो हाउ इज इट गोइंग टू बी there has been a lot of domestic violence that has been there for years which people have, and I'm not saying this only for women, it's also for men, which they have been going through for years, which comes in therapy now. And the beautiful part is it's their children that are encouraging them to do therapy,
Wow.
which is so nice for us to see.
Yeah.
because जब बच्चे थेरेपी में आते हैं और फिर उनको रियलाइज होता है कि आई थिंक हमारे पेरेंट्स भी कहीं ना कहीं सफ़र कर रहे हैं लेकिन वो बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो बच्चे अपने पेरेंट्स को encourage करते हैं that why don't you try, at least go try. If
Yeah.
it works out, great. If you feel comfortable and safe, great. If you don't, I will not push you to do it. So domestic violence is one. Two is, I think, emotional intelligence to a great extent. Again, much higher in men at that age group, where I think they lacked emotional intelligence to some extent. They were busy constantly providing for security or safety or, food, shelter, and clothing when they were younger. And so they never got a chance to really explore emotions or understand themselves. So when they come in for therapy, they're really trying to know, oh, okay, there is this softer side in me which I really want to, pull out. And especially fathers, where you see that उनके अंदर इतना सा भरा हुआ है लेकिन वो कभी किसी से बात ही नहीं कर पाए. And we've had like 50-55-year-olds who have poured their heart out, sharing of how tough life was for them, how they feel guilty कि हम अपने बच्चों को वो टाइम नहीं दे पाए. We've not been able to give that love to our kids that we wanted to because we were struggling with so many other things. So I see a lot of different, sides there. With women, I think not receiving the kind of love, care, space that they needed, constantly being in a tussle with mother-in-laws for years together, maybe losing them over time, but still living those patterns, consistently because you lived it for so many years and you see yourself projecting it in other relationships. So we see also that coming in.
Can you give me a piece of advice for parents who are looking for marriage for their kids?
So, first thing, parents, पहले आप आपके marriage को देखिए because that is a big role model for your children. So if your marriage has been a constant chaos, आपके बच्चे 100 बार सोचने वाले हैं शादी करने से पहले. So one, check in as to how can you work towards your own marriage, because that becomes something that also creates a part of the foundation for your children. And two, बच्चों को थोड़ा space दीजिए to decide when they want to get married. Because every person has their own journey to feel ready and want to get married.
बराबर है.
The more you force somebody to get married, the more the generation is becoming aversive to marriage.
Yeah.
And that is very unhealthy. So as parents, let that space be and have a conversation with your children rather than pushing them into this institution just because you feel it's a tick in the box that they have to do as a planned life.
I also see a lot of millennials got married under the parental pressure. And एक bucket list चीज था, मेरे लिए भी था. When I was 24, I just knew one thing, that अभी education खत्म हो गया है, the next thing is marriage. And I hope, like, I know you can also relate to this.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to give you a high five on this. Both of us can relate to it completely.
Because it was all about, that was what was planned for me. मेरा life वैसे ही plan हुआ था बचपन से कि तुम स्कूल जाओगे, कॉलेज जाओगे, and then लड़की की क्या शादी होगी. So I have always dreamt of my life in that way.
Yeah.
And when it did not happen for a long time, when I was in the process, it kind of broke down a lot of things for me. Like I was just like, there's the whole chain जो मेरे लिए एक बनाया था, एक plan था, hasn't worked out for me types.
Yeah.
And अभी भी मेरे दोस्तों में मैं देखती हूँ या जो लोग मैं देखती हूँ कि they have gotten married for the heck of it, कि शादी करनी पड़ती है, is what I see. And then I've seen people getting divorced, people living in the same house but not living together, and they're like, वो निभा रहे हैं. And I see that in millennials also. It was okay to see it in our parents' generation, क्योंकि वहाँ पे उतना option नहीं था बात करने का. But I still see that a little bit of carried forward trauma, और आप ये बोल सकते हो कि
I think conditioning. Trauma.
हाँ.
It is, see, I see this as something which is not a good or a bad thing. It's just factual.
Yeah.
Because there is a transition, right?
Yeah.
If you see, like you said that, the baby boomers were extremely suppressive.
Yeah.
The Gen Z is extremely expressive. In the middle is the millennial. जो sandwiched है थोड़ा सा. वो suppressive भी है, वो expressive भी हो रहे हैं.
हाँ.
They are struggling to find the mid ground.
Yeah.
They still believe in the institution of marriage, which is a beautiful institution. और वो चाहते हैं कि हम इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को जिए, क्योंकि उनको उसमें वैल्यू है, उनको समझ में आता है कि किसी के साथ रहने में वैल्यू भी है. बट उनको वो फाइन लाइन समझ नहीं आ रही कि हम इस चीज़ को एक्सप्रेस कैसे करें, जो हमारे नीड्स है या जो हमें नहीं मिल रहा है या जो हम चाहते हैं साथ में जिए. वो एक्सप्रेशन किसी ने हमें सिखाया नहीं. बिकॉज स्कूल में हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, साइंस सब्जेक्ट्स थे, बट जो हम दिन रात जीते हैं, रिलेशनशिप्स या सेल्फ, ये सब्जेक्ट्स है ही नहीं. It's a very big lack in our education system that there is no subject which makes us explore ourselves and which makes us learn how to live any sort of interpersonal relationships or romantic relationships. They are so primary in our life.
100%.
And we miss, that part. My book has 2 chapters, which is one is on interpersonal relationships and 2 is on your romantic relationship. And why these relationships are important, what really brings in a lot of discord in them, and then how do you rebuild these relationships all over again. I think that gap is where we need to really work towards bringing in basics of learning how to live these relationships is important. And I think millennial is at that stage where they understand the importance of companionship and they want to learn how to live this better than struggle in it. So they don't give up often because of that. And we have a lot of couples who come into therapy, a lot of chunk is the millennials also. They come into therapy because they don't want to leave each other. They know there's value in this human being that I've invested in for so long, but I also don't like where we are going wrong in this, that is very difficult. And I can very proudly say that we've saved a lot of marriages because of that. From breaking. Saved a lot of marriages from getting into divorce because of that. It feels like there's some value that people have in an institution is why they stay back into it also.
Yeah. And I also feel like because तब वो इतना therapy का millennials के लिए, I think after Gen Zs came in, the whole therapy thing also, मतलब it was just the beginning for us. And a lot of us, I feel like the masses are still not, therapy is still for a particular section that's available.
Yeah.
So if you talk about the masses, people still take marriage as something that you have to take. And even if they are not in touch with themselves, even if they're not financially independent, they don't know what they want from life, they just get into it. And then
Yeah.
there are two people who are in a messed up situation trying to figure life.
I also feel marriage for a lot of people is घर से बाहर निकलने का रास्ता.
सच में?
Yes. For a lot of people it has been मेरे को ये घर में जीना अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है तो मैं शादी करके जब दूसरे घर में जाऊंगी तो my life will be easier.
Escape.
For a lot of women this has been a precedence of getting into a marriage.
Yeah, मतलब because parents have told us this. Now that I think back, that शादी के बाद ये करना. So घूमना है,
Yeah.
कुछ भी करना है, बिजनेस शुरू करना है तो ये शादी के बाद करना, जॉब करना है तो शादी के बाद करना.
तुम्हारे इन-लॉज अलाउ करेंगे फिर तुम जो चाहो वो कर सकते हो.
Yeah.
हमारे घर में छोटे कपड़े अलाउड नहीं है, तुम नहीं पहन सकते हो. अगर तुम शादी के बाद जो करना है कर लो, तुम्हारा पति रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. दैट हैज बीन द नैरेटिव वी हैव बीन हियरिंग for years when you're a child.
Yeah.
And so you always look at marriage as, oh, मेरे को वहाँ पे freedom मिलेगी. That's a facade. That's not true in all cases. It is an institution that will require you effort to maintain that relationship to a very great extent. And marriage is not about two people. This is something that, I always keep telling everybody, that relationship is two people.
Okay.
Marriage is not two people. It is two families, a couple, and a couple that's going to create a family. It's a much larger institution.
Yeah.
अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि शादी is going to be just the two of you, please don't get married with that in your head because it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It is an institution, and that's why we call it an institution and not a relationship only. The sooner people try and understand that this is something that's going to help me grow as a human being, than it becoming my biggest hurdle in life, I think people will go much more prepared for marriages.
So you think people like need to understand that how this person is going to make my life better, like as a growth perspective to it?
So if you see at a deeper level, marriage is like a playground for your growth as a person.
Yeah.
क्योंकि जो सारे साइड्स आपको दूसरी जगहों पे नहीं मिलेंगे ना, वो आपको मैरिज में दिखेंगे. When you live with somebody so closely, when you enter a family जहाँ पे unknown लोगों को आपको अपना बनाना होता है, आप अपने बहुत अलग साइड्स वहाँ पे उभरते देखोगे. कुछ अच्छे होंगे, कुछ नॉट सो अच्छे होने वाले हैं.
Yeah.
But that is your playground to evolve as a soul.
Yeah.
जो आपको मे बी हमेशा सिंगल होने में नहीं मिलेगा. एंड मे बी आपको सिर्फ लिव इन और रिलेशनशिप्स में नहीं मिलेगा, बट मैरिज एज एन इंस्टीट्यूशन में 100% मिल सकता है. सो मेरे फैमिली में हमेशा सब लोग सोचते थे कि मैं प्रॉब्ली साध्वी ना बन जाऊं कभी. और मैं उनको सिर्फ एक ही चीज बोलती थी कि मैं पक्का साध्वी तो नहीं बनूंगी, बिकॉज फॉर मी दैट इज स्टिल अ स्पेस वेयर आई एम गोइंग टू बी आइसोलेटेड. And I may not get to really live everything of spirituality or well-being or living as much as I can live it while I'm living in this materialistic world.
Yeah.
And so is it for me when it comes to marriage. Staying single right now, the amount of evolving that I can do, but maybe tomorrow in a marriage, it will be completely different and I'll actually understand how much have I evolved in actual compared to what is easy for me to speak.
Yeah.
And so I look at this institution as a playground more than anything for you to learn about yourself than actually be of who's providing what to me. That's not what marriage is all about.
Yeah. I can totally resonate. I think like when I also have studied a little bit about spirituality or things like that, so a partner will bring out the best and the worst in you because it's like a mirror. And वहाँ सबसे ज़्यादा growth होगा. And I think whenever you read also about spirituality, they say it's about isolation, but actually it gets you back to this materialistic world. And if you can live with the same principles in this materialistic world, then you're an evolved person.
Absolutely.
Because that is the testing point. If you've actually integrated those principles into you or no.
Totally. That's where you'll know na whether आपने actually imbibe किया है या नहीं किया है.
Yeah.
What is?
A lot of people who are married also, they kind of say कि boring होगी ये शादी. Okay. अभी एक movie आया था The Invite, where there are two couples and this one couple who's into a very boring marriage and they're into a sexless marriage because of so much resentment that they carry within. And it's a very nice movie and people are loving it. And I don't know, there has been like, it's one of the best movies of 2026 is what they say.
Wow.
And it's all about this other couple who opens the idea of swapping partners, getting into, exploring the love factor. And it kind of intrigues them. And then it gets into therapy towards the end. So it's a beautiful movie. And बहुत सारे इमोशंस एंड वेरी रियल लाइफ थिंग्स कि एक कपल जब इतने साल शादी में है एंड देव गॉन थ्रू सो मच कि दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट एक टाइम के बाद दे हेट ईच अदर बट दे आर लिविंग अंडर द सेम रूफ और वो एक बोरिंगनेस आ जाती है. तो मैंने बहुत लोगों को ये देखा है, मतलब दे से दिस कि यार शादी करके कुछ साल में वो बोरिंग ही हो जाने वाला है. So do you have couples who come to you with such kind of problems?
So, one, you said that, people are exploring love. I don't think people are exploring love. They're exploring some form of newness, which they feel comes easily through sex. Because जैसे आपने बोला ना वो boredom set होता है, तो हर इंसान को कुछ नया चाहिए.
Yeah.
अब कुछ भी emotional grow करने के लिए time लगता है. There is a lot of investment that is required for you to feel that closeness to a person. But when it comes to physical intimacy, वो काफी quick हो जाता है that you feel like there's a newness, there's a spark, कुछ नया है, hormones kick in कर रहे हैं, and so it becomes very easy. Swapping has existed. I've heard of it 10 years back. Through the movie, it seems like it's coming much larger in public. ज़्यादा openly बात हो रही है. Unfortunately, while people feel and they're able to relate and they're talking about it, this influence is more damaging than helpful. It's giving voice to बहुत लोगों को एक आवाज मिल रही है क्योंकि उनको वो lack of newness feel हो रहा है, वो monotony feel हो रही है और उनको ऐसा लगता है कि अरे see they are doing it, that means we can do it. हम Indians काफी influenced है for a lot of years from Westerners.
या मतलब वो नॉर्मलाइज हो रहा है ना, एक मूवी अगर दिख रहा है एंड आई फील कि अगर लोग वो मूवी को पसंद कर रहे हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं वो कनेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं अगर वो मूवी का कॉन्सेप्ट उनको समझ रहा है. आई एम नॉट मैरिड सो आई काइंड ऑफ डिडंट like I enjoyed the funny moments that they have shown and all, but I quite didn't understand that why are they showing a relationship that is so damaged. And then the fact that somebody has to come in, that excitement of sleeping with somebody else. And अगर हम इसको normalize कर रहे हैं तो as a generation where are we going towards and are we showing something wrong in terms of love?
See, it's factual. जो है वो दिखा रहे हैं वो हो रहा है. At an awareness level, it is fine. But where you take the movie makes a huge difference because we all get influenced by what we are watching.
Yeah.
And so we are going to move towards making this happen in our own lives. I'm talking about population at a large. If you're not aware that भले ये हो रहा है लेकिन ये सही नहीं है. इससे डैमेज कई ज्यादा है कंपेयर टू वो टेम्पररी जो आपको एक स्पार्क मिलता है वो टेम्पररी है.
मतलब क्विक फिक्स कि आपको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है तो आप कुछ नया कर दो, किसी और के साथ कर दो,
करेक्ट,
चीट कर लो,
करेक्ट.
बट वो एक टेम्पररी फिक्स हो गया.
बहुत पहले मेरे पास एक कॉल आया था. इट वाज फ्रॉम अ जेंटलमैन हु said, what, I need to speak to you for half an hour, 45 minutes. Can you give me an appointment? I said, आप सेशन ले लो and you come to office and we'll speak in person. तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, I don't think I can talk to you face to face. I don't want to reveal my identity. I said, okay, fair, I understand. And so the person agreed to come on a video call but didn't want to share their name. Respected. I'm absolutely fine with it. You're taking a session till you don't feel secure and safe. It's fine for you to not reveal your identity yet. That person expressed saying that initially my partner and me chose to be in an open marriage. where we were okay to have a third person come into our marriage. And I was okay with viewing my partner be in a relationship with someone else. And I was okay with it for across 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
But now I don't feel comfortable with it.
Hmm.
एंड क्योंकि मैंने ही इनिशिएट किया था, अब मैं अपने पार्टनर को कैसे कुछ बोलूं, बिकॉज माई पार्टनर नाउ चूजेस टू बी विद द अदर पर्सन मोर देन बी विद मी.
Hmm.
प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, ये टेम्पररी अच्छा लगता है. लॉन्ग टर्म में एक रिलेशनशिप में इमोशनल इंटीमेसी फार मोर स्ट्रोंगर होती है. और आप टेम्परली अपने पार्टनर को किसी और के साथ देखोगे, आपको वो एक्साइटमेंट महसूस होगा. यू विल बी क्यूरियस टू सी हाउ योर पार्टनर्स विद अनदर पर्सन. बट ये लॉन्ग टर्म नहीं डाइजेस्ट होता है किसी भी इंसान को, बिकॉज वी ऑल आर टेरिटोरियल टू सम एक्सटेंट ऑफ आवर लव्ड वंस. We want to save them for ourselves and not for somebody else. This is a natural instinct.
Okay.
And so being into swapping and everything seems okay. And I've seen couples who have done this across years. There has only been damage in the end in the marriage,
Yeah.
where they feel so disconnected with each other. There is so much amount of resentment that they have inside each other, which they can't voice out because they chose to do it mutually at one point. But with time, one of the two partners feels that discomfort, and it ends up being even more complicated, and the conflicts are far more than it would be otherwise.
Yeah, because the work, as you said, the work that's needed, it's going to take effort.
Correct.
And also in this movie, when that the couple who gets excited about swapping partners, who's had so much resentment, the movie ends with this, that
Yeah.
they have so much against each other that they're not able to work on that. And that's why that quick excitement, that a neighbor is asking us to sleep with each other, and they kind of went ahead with it, but they couldn't do it. So it's a very nice portrayal, and it comes back to themselves, like, oh my God, like we are so damaged in our own relationship
Hmm.
that we've not been able to see this, that work. So that was like a quick fix again that they kind of went into,
Hmm.
and it didn't help anywhere. Like it just got them to how much anger was that person holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And open marriages are a short-term fix. They are not a long-term way for you in the relationship, because there is love, sex, marriage. There are three different things when it comes to a romantic relationship,
Okay.
in which initially you will connect with each other through physical intimacy, sex. There's excitement, there's infatuation coming in, there's attraction coming in. You will want to be with each other, which then evolves into a marriage where you want to create something together, which then evolves into love.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is most of the couples are going to stage 1, they reach stage 2 of marriage. But from moving to stage 2 to stage 3, which is evolving into love towards each other, there's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
It is not something that's going to come easy to you. You have to let go of a lot of you and everything that you're holding on to for years to be able to bloom into love with each other.
Absolutely.
एंड वो एफर्ट आज के टाइम पे आई डोंट थिंक हम करने के लिए रेडी होते हैं इजीली,
हाँ.
अनलेस हमें वो स्पार्क ऑफ लव कहीं ना कहीं इस इंसान के लिए महसूस हुआ है, and we really want to make effort to grow that more and more, and that's very dependent on the individual, not on the couple together also.
Okay.
Where one partner starts making effort, maybe the other is still drifted, and seeing that one make effort, the other starts making effort eventually. We've often seen one of the partners who takes a lead in that direction, and then the other partner is like, you know what, this person is really doing so much of effort. I want to do something about it. And that's where we see the other partner moving in that direction too. But it takes effort to move from being in a marriage to being in love with each other. वो हम सोचते हैं हम starting से in love है, but that is more of liking, and it's not really love as such.
But is it true that marriages do get boring and people get into sexless marriages after a point?
Sure, it does. It does.
It does?
It does. And that is factual, because a lot is dependent on hormones.
Okay.
A lot is dependent on your environment. A lot of times when there are constant conflicts happening at home, whether it's with in-laws or whether it's, with your partner, a lot of times our body shuts down. it's a lot connected to how open is your nervous system to be able to let you experience everything that you want to.
Okay.
If the body is constantly in a threat mode, it is going to shut down to want to experience that amount of openness. And that does become a struggle for a lot of couples. Say a woman has a child at a certain point, and there is so much of physical touch that the child is and the mother are having, that women don't often want to be touched after a certain point, because too much touch also is annoying to them. They become aversive to wanting touch from their partner. Now, these are phases that are going to come in, because that's biologically a cycle and a way of living for a couple in marriage. How much you as a partner are willing to talk about it to your other partner, discuss it. As the partner who's not being able to provide, how are you holding space for your partner to be able to express what they're feeling? Not always are we going to have a solution to every problem immediately. But are we holding space for each other through those tough times also, is what is going to actually decide the consequence of these tough times. Whether people drift into affairs or whether they hold on to each other through the tough times and then start exploring again by building in curiosity and wanting to know a person all over again in this new phase, and then build in a new way of physical intimacy. Probably I've seen a lot of couples do that, where earlier they synced with each other very differently at a physical level. After having children, when they again started exploring, they found a completely new way, with each other. And that only happens through openly discussing sex, because I feel it's such a taboo to discuss physical intimacy or sex amongst each other, because we come through a conditioning.
Yeah.
Most often we don't talk about it, but it's such an integral pillar of marriage
Yeah.
or any relation or a romantic relationship. It's such an integral pillar, and people don't talk about it. So often when couples come into marriage, often when couples come into therapy, I initiate that topic to check in of where do they stand when it comes to their physical intimacy. What is it that they feel is lacking there? What is it that they want to live together? And it's an open conversation that happens within therapy, because we believe that it is one of the pillars of having a marriage sustain longer.
Yeah, so it's a lot to do with patience. As you said, the hard times are going to kick in any marriage.
Yeah.
And if you can withstand those and not drift away,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be beautiful. Like that marriages are going to last longer and you're going to make it with that person, whoever you are with.
Yeah. I give the analogy of a tree, that a tree has such strong roots and it can withstand all the floods and all the rain and all the excessive hardships that come because of the weathers. But because its roots are strong, it still stands still there for years together.
Yeah.
As a partner, with all the different phases that you go through, as you keep growing across time, if you're able to keep your roots strong in the relationship, you will still stand beside your partner through all of it.
बराबर है, फाउंडेशन कहाँ पे ले हुआ है उसके ऊपर है हर चीज.
और वो हम बात ही नहीं करते हैं.
वही बात नहीं.
हम वेडिंग में कौन सा फंक्शन है, कौन से कपड़े पहन रहे हैं, कितना पैसा जा रहा है और कितना हमारा लिस्ट ऑफ पीपल है बुलाना, हम वो सारी चीजें सोचते हैं. कौन से आर्टिस्ट को बुलाना है, कितना धूमधाम से करना है,
कहाँ शादी करना है, डेस्टिनेशन, there's an entire planner for that.
But we are not talking about what is the foundation of our marriage.
Yeah.
Why am I getting married? What is my shared meaning with you if I'm getting married to you is something nobody is talking about.
Yeah. What's the purpose of getting married also? When two people come together, what are they looking for? And are they able to have a common purpose
Yeah.
towards what they're moving into?
Yeah.
It's such a important question, which I feel as couples, they don't ask each other that where is your life. Like एक बहुत simple सा example मतलब जो मेरे दिमाग में आता है, that one person wants to go to Bombay and one wants to go to Bangalore.
Yeah.
How is that marriage going to sustain? Because their destinations are different.
Yeah.
And that's where the conflict starts, coming up, because one person looks at life very differently and the other person has some different expectations from life.
Yeah, and that's why, Gottman is a very well-known approach, and their husband and wife as partners had created this approach, and they talk a lot about shared goals. They talk a lot about love maps. They also talk about creating purpose together.
Yeah.
And if you're coming already from an individual purpose that you have, you probably won't be able to create something together because you're coming from a fixed mindset.
Yeah.
You're getting into a new phase of life. It has to be something that both of you work towards building.
Yeah.
It cannot come with, I want to live in Bombay and I want to live in Bangalore. It can be a discussion as to what is the life that we want to live together. And so, what can be an apt destination for that? I think if we are a little flexible in that, you can live far beautiful marriages than we are already living right now, I think.
Yeah. Do you think that also females, because they've gotten so much more independent now, जो एक phase आ गया है that पहले लड़कियां शादी करती थी because they wanted financial support.
Yeah.
Now the statistics are different. Women are also working. They're making more money than men also at some level. Marriages, the divorce rate has gone up because it's quick and easy for people to break it off because I can kind of make my own money now.
Yeah.
Do you think the dynamics, because women are more independent, that marriages are also affected?
Most definitely. I don't have an option to say no.
Very
Yes.
controversial.
It is definitely something that has shifted a lot. And that's why, I constantly say we need an upgrade. Because now it's not for finance that a woman is going to live in your house.
Yeah.
Nor is a man going to tolerate everything that you bring in as a woman because he's concerned that you cannot take care of yourself.
Okay.
This is what happened in our parents and the generations earlier. The men didn't leave the women because they were concerned कि ये कहाँ जाएगी
हाँ.
और इनका खाना पीना कौन करेगा, right? And that's why they were considerate as well, that let's just stick along and figure it out, and mostly lived in suppression when it comes to a marriage. Otherwise, of course, we were very patriarchal and men had their upper hand. But when it came to a marriage, I think both were suppressing to some extent. Now women have become independent. We are financially more stable. And like you said, and I see this very often, a lot of women are earning far more than the men today. So finance is no more how you can keep a woman in your life.
Yeah.
It is equal effort that is going to make a relationship sustain. Where the foundation and the pillars are going to be more of shared meaning. It's going to be more of being authentic.
Okay.
Authentic with a certain level of boundary, of course. Because you can't say that I'm an aggressive person and so I'm going to be aggressive. No.
हाँ मतलब मैं ऐसा ही who doesn't work.
Doesn't work anymore. Doesn't
Yeah.
work. You can't be saying this is me and accept it or leave it. Leave it is going to be the option then. I also believe that you being clear whether you want to create a family or no is also a very big discussion in today's times. And people are talking about it. Giving false hopes is not going to work. The marriage is going to break.
Yeah.
If you say I'm okay to have a child and then you take your step back, it's not going to survive in any way. And so it's important to be honest in whatever you are, getting into. And fourth is, I think, constant self-work. अगर आप वो करने के लिए ready नहीं हो, तब तक शादी मत करो. Like, this is my genuine concern and recommendation to people. That if you're not willing to work on evolving, don't get into a marriage at this current age and time.
Yeah.
If you are independent financially and you're able to take care of yourself, but you are very rigid and all about yourself, don't marry. It's only going to mess with someone else's life and family and yourself. You'd rather take a pause there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
The
see.
four. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you spoke about
And
the
it's
four.
also and that's also one of the reasons a lot of people are choosing to stay single,
Yeah.
because they're like, कौन करेगा इतना सब मेहनत? इतना सब चेंज क्यों करना है? My life is good the way it is. I have money. I can get, sex wherever I want to. It's all available. I have friends I can go and chill with. I can travel at my own convenience and ease. And so a lot of people are choosing to stay single.
Yeah.
For a brief period, that's great. Only for it to reach a stage when you've lived enough of all that, you will seek companionship. You will want to share a lot of things with somebody because we as human beings are social animals
Yeah.
and we will want to share after a certain point. And so you will seek for that again whenever you feel like I'm done living my singlehood and doing everything all about myself. I've heard recently I was watching a reel and there was this 50-year-old lady who was saying that I want companionship. I'm done with living everything on my own, single. I've earned a lot. I have it all. I have a house in a different city and I'm living the most luxurious life. But I want somebody to share this with. And that is our natural instinct. We're forgetting that we need people. It's
Yeah.
a need more than a want.
Yeah.
And so you can choose to be single until you are okay to make that effort to let go of everything being about yourself.
So many of my friends who are younger who
Mm.
tell this to me that कि यार बढ़िया है, शादी नहीं करना है, पैसा मिल रहा है, बिजनेस है, फैमिली है, and it doesn't matter if I get married or I don't get married.
Mm.
And I feel, as you said, it works for a certain period of time, but you do start feeling empty
Yeah.
because that's our need. Community,
Yeah.
having one person who you kind of live your life with is a need that comes from within. And it's not for everybody to kind of live single throughout their life.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work again. If you want to live a single life also, it's going to need a lot of work that way also. Yeah.
Totally. If you're moving on a path of spirituality where materialistic things don't matter to you anymore, and more than you leaving them, if they have left you, if the materialistic world has automatically left your life, and you're moving in a direction of moving towards, enlightenment, that's a completely different journey.
So true.
But when it comes to you still having the needs and wants of, a normal life that a human being is living who's on a journey to maybe go there eventually, I think you will want to be in a companionship eventually. It's
Yeah.
just a natural process. The more you're going to run away from it, it's going to chase you even more.
Yeah, okay. I think that's about it. It was beautiful talking to you.
Thank you.
I think as much as we feel that marriage is failing, marriages are an outdated concept, marriages won't work, people are saying this in the next 5 years, you'll see a lot of people not going for marriage. I think the shift is only because people would choose conscious marriages. People are becoming more aware. And I think it's a great sign because now you would be choosing somebody with more awareness. And also, this podcast has been an eye opener for the complexities of relationships that people are going through. Is actually screaming out one question that they need to ask, the bigger question, that is seek purpose in their life.
Yeah.
Because I think all of us are working to escaping something. And the whole part where you spoke about how we are getting influenced by the Western culture
Hmm.
and how to actually truly get closer to your own self. So we've covered a whole array of subjects.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful talking to you with a lot of things to think about.
I'll just add one last thing. It just struck to me, and it's something that I think a lot of people will be able to understand why we are functioning the way we are functioning. If you ever see the Maslow's pyramid,
Yeah.
as a generation that's currently looking out for marriage, we are in the tiers of belongingness to self-actualization, different age groups at a different level. And it's no more for survival.
Yeah.
And if you're seeking a sense of belongingness, a purpose, who am I in this journey? I think the approach to marriage needs to change. The institution is not outdated. It's a beautiful institution. However, the lens through which we look at it now versus the way we looked at it earlier is shifting.
Yeah.
And so when we think of marriage, we need to look at it from a different lens than the way our parents looked at it, maybe.
Yeah, as you said, it's an upgrade. Like you need to upgrade the whole system. Thank you so much, Namrata. It was lovely talking to you.
Yeah.
And it has, I'm sure the viewers are also left with quite a few thoughts from this podcast.
Thank you so much. You've been doing fabulous work with the kind of speakers you bring in, the topics you bring in, the questions you asked me. I think it was great. I didn't know I would share so much.
Yeah.
But it's just natural, in the conversation, and you kept the flow just going for me.
Yeah, like I
Thanks so
don't know.
much.
I didn't ask any of these questions which I had prepared. And I think the whole energy, the kind of thoughts,
Yeah.
and the kind of knowledge that you bring in has been absolutely
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Yes.
It means a lot. It gives a voice to some of us who actually meet people one on one
Yes.
and are seeing on ground what's really going on in people's lives. So thank you.
Yes. And you're giving hope to people that love and marriage will exist.
Yes, they will.
They will. Thank you, Namrata.
Thank you.
अभी भी मेरे दिमाग में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं and I'm sure you guys have questions too. Please leave them in the comments below and do not forget to share this episode with your friends and family because this is your chance to make a difference in their life. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Till then, keep rising above things that are holding you back, embrace growth, and do not forget, I roar you.